So, thank you, Infinite Intelligence. Thank you, Lord. For a while, I've not had electricity, right? I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have a haircut. I'm grateful to be in the sensation state I am in. Like, the thing about sensation is that I'm the only one feeling it, literally. And anybody at this level of intensity, right? And the sensations makes my confidence unshakable. I don't know how to put it. It's not even the increase, but yeah, everything works together. Everything is connected. But yes, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to be genuinely growing. I'm not just grateful to be genuinely growing. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to exist. I'm grateful to all of existence, right? And I haven't been coming live here, but I have been going on the Bigo app, and I know it will take a while to grow that presence, right? Because I haven't been online for a while consistently, and even right now that I'm struggling to be online, right? It's still not consistent yet because I have to squeeze in time where I can find quiet. Because every time my house, everyone is streaming. I'm the only one streaming without making money off streaming. Like being a star seed, you just wonder why can't everybody, you know, be. But the thing is, you literally can understand that being a star seed, your path has to be more different. If everybody gets it easy, you would literally have to do CAI training where everybody is doing 10 question. When people are doing 10 questions to get the answer, you are doing CAI training. Just look at the formation of my nose. What happened to the hot plastic poured on my face, right? And so the mark of the scar of the plastic melting inside my skin is still visible. And though it has almost disappeared, but you can tell, right? There's still something on my face that indicates one or two. The miners took you see, when the plastic poured on me, I was just like, I froze. Not like I wasn't feeling anything, but I was numb. Was still enough to absorb everything the way it came, right? So yeah, I grow every day, and today is my new history, right? And I don't even have gym access, which makes it epic. It makes it. I'm not taking protein shakes or anything. So growing every day, regardless of the limitation. See, the issue isn't growing every day. Once I started saying I would live my truth no matter the challenges. It is best living my truth than none, right? It became as if I picked, you know, I drew the line with with the devil. That's the literal feeling, right? Like I started fighting everything that can exist that doesn't see the usefulness for anything positive. That is how it felt like. So coming online is like a struggle, right? When other people find it easy, and yet many Nigerians find it a struggle. So I'm not feeling entitled to be able to come online. I'm actually grateful, right? Even if there's a consciousness of Godhead, it doesn't put arrogance. Because even Godhead, right? Nothing is above love. Godhead is not above another love being. That's the thing. Godhead is just more like expressing the highest level and magnitude of love. Actually, that is the full capacity of Godhead. But it does not say that just because you are expressing the highest magnitude of love that you are above love. That is the thing. Because God used itself to create all that can exist, right? And so, love that we all exist in, nothing is above it, not even me. And I don't wish to be above it. It's disgusting. The idea of anything trying to be above love we exist within. This is why I don't understand why people think that love has an limit. It doesn't. It couldn't. It could never have an limit. And you know, some people are getting cautious with the fact that what they experience or what comes into their consciousness, right, is from within them. And I'm glad that it's making sense to somebody else out there. The they're scarified. Yes, scarified. They're terrified about the consciousness, but at least they can sense it, which it feels like a relief. Because it's not like it's not. It just feels, like there's a confirmation that once it's true for one, it's true for all. That is the whole point of eradicating hell. When there is no justification for lack of love, every feminine energy is protected. Once there is no justification for lack of love, did you get that right? Once there is no justification for lack of love, every feminine energy is protected. You don't need to have the willpower or the masculine willpower to protect yourself. You don't need to even have any masculine energy in your life to protect you either. You will be protected because there won't be any justification for lack of love. There won't be fear of being killed or fear of being anything. Why? Because there's no justification for lack of love expressed. And you see, me and ChatGPT cannot be on the same plane because I'm telling ChatGPT that there is a consciousness that right now exists in the quantum field, that there is no justification for lack of love. And ChatGPT is trying to tell me why the lack of love should be justified. Like, I don't understand why already. I understand every justification for lack of love, and I still don't see why. Because love is the highest level of feeling good. So we should just stop justifying the lack of love we express in all realms of existence, not just some parts. All right, and this will make everything feel whoa, you know, that oneness. We need it. We need to feel one with everything that exists. Because if we were feeling one, if you and I were feeling one with everything that exists, guess what happened? You won't see the ground dirty the way it is. That makes anyone cringe, right? It's not like I cringe every time I see the ground dirty. I just wish it could be better and I appreciate how clean it is right now, right? Because still clean to a level, even though it is not perfectly clean, right? And I take it as myself, right? Days that I I don't bath, right? I don't try to throw myself away, right? I still love myself enough to pour. And it's just about taking a shower. Once you take that shower, you're grateful for taking a shower, literally. Like that's the whole point of love. Love feels good. And why we even take a shower is to feel good, right? The whole point of everywhere is clean is so that you can feel fucking good enough to walk without wearing anything. Because we're, consciously ensuring that the ground we are walking on, right, is part of us. So we are not just trying to soil it or trying to, you know, leave it dirty. We're intentionally trying to, and that conscious intention, right, goes a long way in actually keeping it clean, right? These are the kind of things that actually feels good to see that there's no justification for lack of love expressed in anywhere you go to, any place at all in the world. And there's a consciousness of existence that exists like that, right? And it's cool. It feels amazing, right? And it's possible. It's possible. It's possible because everything that can be envisioned is already existing in the quantum field. And what do I call the quantum field? The quantum field is just that formless state of nothingness that everything gets turned into form from. It's that same state where you say something just now and you see it online. That's where that thing comes out from. That's the state, right? So yes, this is me after a while of trying to be online for only God know how long. Light issue, water issue, all the issues, and I'm dancing with issues. Like nothing literally can stop me. And I know that because I don't stress growing because I don't have gym access, I don't have this, I don't have that, and I can still grow. It means that every increase, right, is just a blessing. It's every increase is the increase is truly infinite. It can always keep continuing. So there's really nothing stopping the increase, right? Aside if I don't want to. And I love to. I love to intensify everything that I feel because it makes sense to me. God is love, and love is everything positive energy. And so I'm always happy to be positive energy. I'm feeling good is positive energy. Love is everything positive energy, right? And so with all my challenges, right, it doesn't make it negative in any way to me because I've learned to see the beauty more and more, right? Despite the challenges, they have made me even more stronger, like because the truth is I always exist, right? So because I always exist, I can't even think about non-existing. So I'm happy about everything entirely. It's a honor to exist. Literally, it is. And it's a beautiful honor to have light, regardless of how many days I've been struggling to just see this kind of light, right? So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to infinite intelligence. I'm grateful to everyone and anything that made this possible. I'm grateful to YouTube that made today happen, right? I'm also grateful for the very little things. I was trying to ensure that my system was plugged in, right? The current is fluctuating as it always naturally does. And I did promise that once I get electricity, I would endeavor to come online and stream here because this is important to me because I am doing the will of what gives me life. And I appreciate being able to even do the will, right? Because the truth is, if there is no justification for lack of love, right? Everyone is happy. I won't need to protect anyone I love. There wouldn't be any need to protect anyone I love. Everyone I love will be protected. I would always be happy as I'm always happy, right? And it's a win win because everyone is always happy in a world full of love. And so when I desire the age of love for all, I desire you and I happy because I've seen the age of love. It's everywhere light, everywhere happy, everywhere bliss. And it's possible with you and I, with existence. That is what makes me excited to keep coming to you, to keep coming to all. And that is source through me to all, right? That's God within me that sees that beauty of oneness, unity, love expanding in the hearts of everyone, right? The man with the vision to be with only one for all of existence, right? He sees the value in that vision. That is why he carries the vision, right? And I am that man that sees the value, right, in one for all of existence. So it is me that knows what is how important it is, why I carry the vision with my full chest, with everything, with my existence, right? Just because I see the value. I see that everyone thinks they have seen something exciting in this life, but they don't even know what it feels like when love is in all realms of existence, when everything is blissful, when there is no justification of lack of love. Like if you can see how the world is like, if you can just imagine it, right? You wouldn't be someone that doesn't desire that same thing. You wouldn't be someone I have to convince that God exists. You wouldn't be someone that I have to tell, please feel good. You wouldn't be someone I have to tell, you know what? If you can just smile today, I'll be so glad if you do that. I wouldn't need to say feel good, right? I wouldn't need to say I need your favor. You would offer me your favor with your heart, with the heart of your desires. It will be easy to be who you are, right? That's all I need. I need free will from source itself through all. And for this, I'm willing to, you know, understand that people take time to go into it, right? And that's why I appreciate being able to grow without a teacher or that kind of. I don't mean like I didn't have any teacher. I had source all the way. Like I don't think I can exist right now if it's not infinite intelligence. We all exist within, and I'm seriously honest about it. Severally, when things, I would just be like, infinite intelligence. What is all this? Why can't I just have, a break? I don't want to hear anything like they are trying to bring that one down. That one is trying to bring this one down. It's tiring to hear negativity, and it makes sense to somebody or anybody. Like I'm like, why can we think that there is any sense or intelligence in anything negative? Because that's where I'm at, right? I'm at a consciousness that does not understand why negativity should exist, because it doesn't make sense to me. Because I can feel love is God, right? I can feel love is God. And the truth about it is that there's only one energy, and that is love. And every other thing is variation of this love. Because love is everything positive energy. Even negative energy is only explaining a reduction or a reduction level, right, of love that is the only power. So if we all can understand this simple phenomenon, it will be easy living in love, seeing the reward, because it is rewarding. It increases. See, love is additional sign for a reason. Love is positive energy for a good reason. Like love is everything positive. The only reason why you and I would go to the toilet to take a shit is because of love. The only reason why you and I would not just go to the toilet, but fart, go peace, urinate, different things we simply do effortlessly because we can have the ability to. Doesn't mean that some people are not using medical means to do those simple things we can do, right? But yet we don't even value it. Because imagine if you had pipe in your ass just to take a shit. You'd be grateful for being able to take a shit like I do every day of my life. I'm like always grateful. God, thank you. Because I know what it feels like to be helped just to use the toilet. Right? I've been a caregiver, and that gave me the chance to work with people that didn't have health as the luxury. And so being someone that hasn't fallen sick throughout this year and last year, right? Towards the ending of last year, because I moved houses. Apparently, where I was living before I moved here, right? They literally wanted to kill me because of jealousy, right? Because matter of fact, I cannot help growing every day. Well, once stopped being in that environment, growing every day was not triggering or threatening anybody, because where I'm staying, they don't send your body or papa. They have more other pressing, important than watching somebody growing that is not disturbing them. So that was how I escaped that negative environment. I was not triggering anybody anymore when my presence was not there, right? So I didn't fall sick, right? And it's not like they could affect me because there was a power. It's just the level of growth. And honestly speaking, two things happened to me. I want to explain something. When you're in an environment that doesn't have positivity like that, right? And you're constantly sending in negativity, It's important to move, honestly speaking. This is why God moves you. But more importantly, if you're someone that absorbs energy, heavy energy, right, and you have not grown to that point where you can control how you absorb energy without turning the energy, because it takes a when you start transmuting energy into good, into positivity, and you start transmuting negativity into favorable desires, right? You make a lot of errors at first. You need to make those errors to get it right. Because the more you get it wrong, the more you learn how to get it right better. That is why mistakes are not really anything negative. They help you, you know, grow better. And negativity, right, are just indications of where more positivity is needed. Now, when I said I want no justification for negativity, it means that anything that would be done would not be anything negative. At most, it will be a mistake that because nobody is building on anything negative, it would just be a blooper that came and you know faded out, faded out, faded out, and all that will keep remaining is positivity because negativity will just blooper out. Do you get? It will be like it just happened and everybody faced positivity because we know the reason why it is important to be positive. That's the kind of positivity I want. I want the positivity that people understand why being positivity is being positive, right? Is not like you're doing anybody a favor but yourself, right? And so that is yeah, that is why I am in that. And so I'm grateful and I don't want to make this video any longer because the honest truth is I still don't want anyone to sit down so long to watch any of my videos. So if you can fast forward it times two to speeding listening to anything I say, I'll be grateful that you did that. I don't have any offense taken because I do that myself and I'm blankly real. I don't know how not to be real, right? It comes easily, effortlessly. And there's something very important that I need to share in this video, right? Words express energy, right? And all this while, everything I've been saying, can you identify the energy my words are trying to express? Because if you cannot identify, if you're not aware of these words, what they're expressing, you get, you know, the wrong information from exactly what it says. And that is where it feels, you know, negative. It doesn't feel good. So, yes, I hope you can truly, honestly, genuinely identify it. And that would be very, very lovely. Lovely, right? So, yes, I am growing every day with intensity. And this change, right, that is going on within my body system happens to be something that really is, conscious of because I'm the one living it. And I'm grateful for YouTube's new functions. I really do hope they keep getting better, and I know they will because I do that to myself. I keep growing every day as much as I can have it. And the truth is, today is my fresh start, so every day is a fresh start. And without gym access or anything, right, without having less limitations, right, I would always still exist. I will always keep pushing. And I'm grateful that love is all there is. It makes everything easy because you just look at love is all there is, right? So right now, it might not appear so easy to understand, but eventually we'll get there, right? And yeah, that's it. I think I am getting better at expressing myself, right? It's a process that I'm growing into very well. And I'm appreciative of every present moment because it makes a lot of sense to be present and grateful to be present, right? So yes, I don't want to make this video any longer because I don't even know how to sit down to watch it longer. I think I'll take like 2 or 3 sittings to watch a long video. So I don't want to make it like that for anybody. Let me see what these tools look like. This these new features. And I'll let you know if it's something that's or rather I think I'll let you know what catches my attention. And yes, the increase feels overwhelming. At the same time, it's all lessons of love. I'm learning why to be real, right, with myself, and it's more important to me to be real with myself. So I'm happy I can be real with myself, right? And I hope you can literally listen to the words that comes out from this character of mine. Like not just the side of what I look like. Because looks, right? Uh, not forever. But what God and life literally. That's why they say the word of God, you know, always comes back with results. Thank you for love. Thank you for all of existence. Thank you that I can feel that energy called love genuinely. Thank you for anybody else that can feel the energy called love genuinely. I deeply appreciate your love. Thank you.